wild to me that Bungie is looking for more repeatable content in Destiny 2 when they were the ones that remove strike specific loot from the game. Remember D1 grinding for specific armor and weapons, replaying Will of Crota over and over again? I remember that weekend that everyone was trying to get Grasp of Malak, and I only got one drop. And when I log into Destiny 1, I always use the same gun because I remember how fun that grind was. And yeah, Bungie, you removed that. The replayability factor for trying to get strike specific loot. The idea that Bungie is more focused on making more repeatable content like Onslaught or the Coil, only one of those game modes being in the game right now, by the way. Crazy how they want to make these kinds of things but insist on getting rid of seasonal content when strike specific loot was already a source of much replayability for most. Sure, some players would experience fatigue, but that's the point of Nightfalls. I can't be the only one who sees the folly in this. And then you hear about everyone who's counting on the downfall of Destiny. Like, yeah, I said in my last video that I was planning on jumping off the game after Final Shape. You know, that was my original intention. But then I actually played Final Shape and I was like, wow, they really landed that plane, but I kind of want to get on for another ride. But like anyone's last ride, you know? Like anyone's just one last job. There's always a reluctance in taking on that one last gig. I mean, I think they definitely landed the plane in a good spot where I don't mind hopping off, but I am interested in seeing what they have at least for this year. For Xivu Arath and Fikrul, those are the biggest plot threads that they've left untouched. And with the Winnower coming in, it's like I wanna know about that stuff. I wanna see what would it be like to fight against the universe itself. I'm unsure what 2025 holds with Frontiers, but if it looks good, I'd be willing to check it out. But I don't want Destiny to become another Sonic the Hedgehog, you know, where I'm so in love with the game from a decade ago that I'll go out of my way to purchase every entry in the future. And much like a Sonic game, I don't think there is ever going to be a worthy replacement. Like, now I know you're thinking, we're talking about Destiny, go back to Destiny. But trust me, it's relevant. I don't want to play every Sonic game because the series peaked in the 2000s, and the best one came out in 2008. Let's be honest. But I'm already feeling that with Destiny, because Witch Queen was amazing. Final Shape was a love letter to Bungie fans. I'm like, yeah, I know Witch Queen is actually for real better. As an expansion, it's definitely better than Taken King, but that doesn't make it my favorite. Hell, last month I made a video about how my favorite video game of all time is Ratchet Deadlock, a game that came out in 2005. I said in the video that Ratchet Deadlock isn't the best game ever, but it definitely does its best being your favorite game, you know? I don't think my tastes are gonna be changing anytime soon. Like, I'm done. You know, I'm 25. I'm not gonna develop my taste in media ever again. Like, maybe I'll get into westerns when I'm 50, but I don't know, that's just an old guy thing. Which leads me to my next point. I don't really want to play Warframe. Like, no offense to Digital Extremes, I think the game is fun and the art style is really cool. I finally played Devuri Paradox late last year, but it just doesn't scratch the Destiny itch. Everyone's saying just switch to Warframe, but don't understand that I don't like Destiny because it's an online mythic sci-fi power fantasy. That's not the true reason why I love it. I like it because the narrative took a grip on me. It captured my attention for over 10 years. Even during the downs, I was still up. I mean, the gameplay is still super satisfying, even with the mixed PvP scene. Not to mention the gameplay just being completely different between the two games. I mean, Warframe has horses now, space combat, a speedster, but it's super microtransaction focused, and I have put plenty of money into microtransactions in other games. I mean, look at my Fortnite locker. Unforgivable. If I could resell my skins, I'd be rich. But stop telling me to play Warframe. I get a Warframe itch once a year around Christmas. Almost every year, get into a Warframe phase in November and December. I'll play it for a few weeks, and then I'll drop it for a whole other year. There's nothing else that scratches my Destiny itch. Nothing. Nothing at all. And don't say Borderlands, or I swear to God, I will stop being so polite. Get out of my sight before I demolish you. Listen, I don't want to play the same games forever, right? Even though there's more than enough games to prove that I will. Because the aforementioned Wretched Deadlock, I also played a ton of Skyrim. I still replay Skyrim to this day, which I still have on the 360. Halo 3, Transformers Fall of Cybertron. But if these games got DLC every year since their release, I probably would have put the game down for a bit. You know, I'm not playing all these games all day, every day. You know, like some people play Destiny. Like, all these games have been with me way longer than Destiny has. And Destiny does feel like one of those games I might truly never shake off. Because like I've said multiple times, I can't find anything else that feels like it. And I think that means something. A 14-year product of collaboration of creatives, programmers, and designers that have made something colossal. I don't think Destiny is going to be going anywhere. Not right now. I think we still have a few more years before it's no longer backed up in a major way. With the downscaling of content, it's clear that it's maybe 3 to 5 years away from losing official support. That's what it looks like to me regarding the average flow of games of similar size going into downscaling. You know, whether you're dropping the game now or a year from now, it's important to recognize the work of art some games can be and the emotional resonance they can have. Like, yeah, I know I'm just another $40 every year for Bungie and every other decades-long franchise, but truth is, if you enjoy a game, that means someone's work paid off. And at the end of the day, isn't that what games are all about? Fun, emotion, moments that make you feel like a badass, moments that make you feel weak, moments that make you feel like a champion, betrayed, laughing. If you like playing Destiny like me, I think you'll be back. You know, we'll all be back. The whole, it's like this game and this game put together statements kind of cause a detriment to your overall enjoyment of a game, in my opinion. But it's the main reason why I've been rebuilding my childhood games library, as well as getting games that I never had a chance to enjoy. There might not be any games that quite scratch that Destiny itch, but don't let it discourage you from exploring other titles. I mean, my favorite game last year was one I think wasn't on most people's radar, Solar Ash, which had launched back in 2021 on PC, but made its way to Xbox in 2023. It's a game that made me reevaluate what I should be paying attention to in games. It's short and sweet. I don't think you need a Destiny replacement. I think you need a Destiny break, and I think so does Bungie. It's great having a favorite game, but you're preventing yourself from exploring new genres, new games, or even old games. That's why I don't want to play Warframe, because I already have, and it's time to play something else. Play anything. A classic from your childhood or some new indie game. And that's why I'm ending this video here. Because while I enjoy talking about games that make me excited and leave me in awe, I realize this can't go on forever. I hope I made my point, and that you may reconsider how you view your relationship with games and Destiny. And, you're able to find something else that you enjoy. Because we can't be playing the only game forever, right? And it's the same reason I think that the coil of all things are a bad example of repeatable content. They want you to play repeatable content, yet it's been 3 years and I still don't got the other half.